Let reviewer. John Locke was an English philosopher and physician, father of liberalism. To form character, mental, physical, and moral education as training of the mind, a formal discipline, notable ideas, a tabula rasa. Francis Bacon was an English philosopher, statesman, scientist, jurist, orator, and author. Father of scientific method, father of empiricism. Jean-Jacques Rousseau was a Francophone Genevan philosopher, writer and composer of the 18th century. Holistic education, physical, moral, intellectual. Notable ideas of moral simplicity of humanity, child-centered learning, famous novel, Emile or On Education, Human Development. Edgar Dale was an American educator who developed the cone of experience, aka father of modern media and education. Erik Erikson was a German-born American developmental psychologist and psychoanalyst, known for his theory on psychosocial development of human beings. Johann Heinrich Pestalozzi was a Swiss pedagogue and educational reformer who exemplified Romanticism in his approach. Social regeneration of humanity, notable ideas for sphere concept of life. His motto was learning by head, hand, and heart. Friedrich Froebel was a German pedagogue, a student of Pestalozzi, who laid the foundation of modern education based on the recognition that children have unique needs and capabilities. Father of kindergarten. Johann Herbart was a German philosopher, psychologist, and founder of pedagogy as an academic discipline. Edward Lee Thorndike was an American psychologist, father of modern educational psychology. Connectionism, law of effect. Realize the fullest satisfaction of human wants.
Philosophical foundations of education. Idealism. Plato own ideas. Nothing exists except in the mind of a man. What we want the world to be. Realism. Aristotle, Herbart, Comenius, Pestalozzi, Montessori. Hobbies. Bacon, Locke. Experience. Fully mastery of knowledge. Behaviorism. Always guided by standards, by procedure. Purpose is to modify the behavior. Existentialism. Kierkegaard, Sartre. Man shapes his being as he lives. Focuses on self, individual. Pragmatism. Experimentalism. William James. John Dewey. Learn from experiences through interaction to the environment. Emphasizes the needs and interests of the children. Perennialism. Robert Hutchins. Focuses on unchanging to universal truths. Essentialism. William Bagley. Teaching the basic essential knowledge. Focuses on basic skills and knowledge. Progressivism. Dewey. Pestalozzi. Process of development. Focuses on the whole child and the cultivation of individuality. Constructivism. Piaget. Focused on how humans make meaning in relation to the interaction BW their experiences and their ideas. Nature of knowledge with C represents an epistemological stance. Social reconstructionism. George Counts recognized that education was the means of preparing people for creating his new social order. Highlights social reform as the aim of education. Acculturation. Learning other culture. The passing of customs, beliefs and tradition through interaction and reading. Enculturation. The passing of groups' custom, beliefs and traditions from one generation to the next generation. Convergent questions are those that typically have one correct answer. Divergent questions, also called open-ended questions, are used to encourage many answers and generate greater participation of students. Higher order thinking skills, to think more creatively. 90 days to enrolled bills becomes a law. 30 days lapse. Principles and theories of learning and motivation.
Psychosexual theory is psychoanalysis of Sigmund Freud. Psychosocial theories. Erik Erikson's theory of personality. Ecological theories. Erich Bronfenbrenner's theory of development. Sociohistoric cognitive linguistic theory. Lev Simonovich Vygotsky. Cognitive development. Jean Piaget, John Dewey, Jerome Bruner.
Phenomenology. Abraham Maslow, Carl Rogers, Lewis Raths.
Behaviorism. Edward Thorndike, Ivan Pavlov, Boris Frederick Skinner. Moral development. Lawrence Kohlberg.
Ivan Pavlov. Classical conditioning.
Edward Thorndike. Connectionism. B.F. Skinner, operant conditioning and reinforcement. Albert Bandura, Bobo doll experiment, modeling, self-efficacy.
David Ausubel, a meaningful reception theory. Jerome Bruner, discovery learning theory to inquiry method. Wolfgang Kohler's insight learning problem. Richard Atkinson and Richard Schifrin's information processing theory. Robert Gagne's accumulative learning theory. Howard Gardner, multiple intelligence. Kurt Lewin's a field theory, his concept of life space. Bronfenbrenner's ecological system theory. Lev Vygotsky, social constructivism. Zonda proximal development CPD Gapia W actual and potential development. Hilda Taba grassroots approach. Max Wertheimer Gestalt psychology. Wilhelm Wundt, a father of modern psychology. William James wrote The Principles of Psychology at Consciousness. Hypothalamus, a brain stress center. Abraham Maslow, physiological needs, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Safety and security, love and belongingness, self-esteem, self-actualization. John B. Watson, a behaviorist approach, an American psychologist who established the psychological school of behaviorism. Figurative language.
Metaphor is a comparison made by a W. Things with C are essentially not alike. X. Nobody invites Edward to parties because he is a wet blanket.
Simile is like a metaphor and often uses the words like or as. X. Jamie runs as fast as the wind.
Personification, when something that is not human is given human-like qualities, this is known as personification. X. The leaves danced in the wind on the cold October afternoon.
Hyperbole, the exaggerating, often in a humorous way to make a particular point, is known as hyperbole. X. My eyes widen at the sight of the mile-high ice cream cones we were having for dessert. Onomatopoeia, when you name an action by imitating the sound associated with it. X. The bees buzz angrily when their hive is disturbed.
Idiom. An idiom is an expression used by a particular group of people with a meaning that is only known through common use. X. I'm just waiting for him to kick the bucket.
Synecdoche is a figure of speech using words that are a part to represent a whole. X. Referring to credit cards as plastic is a synecdoche. Assonance, when you repeat a vowel sound in a phrase, it is an assonance. X. It's true, I do like Sue. Assonance, when you repeat a vowel sound in a phrase, it is an assonance. X. It's true, I do like Sue.
Metonymy is a figure of speech where one thing is replaced with a word that is closely associated with it, such as using Washington to refer to the United States.
Republic Acts. RA number 7836, a Philippine Teacher Professionalization Act of 1994. Article 14, 1987 Philippine Constitution Ethic, C and Tech, Arts, Culture, and Sports. This is the very fundamental legal basis of education in THR Philippines. Education Act of 1980 to Batas Pambansa to 132, September 11th. 1980 to an act providing for the establishment and maintenance of an integrated system of education. RA number 4670, Magna Carta for Public School Teachers, June 18, 1966.
RA number 6713, a Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees. RA number 7877, Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995. RA number 9155, a Decentralization. Legal basis of shared governance in basic education.